How you all guys doing at home? Yeah, I hope you're all getting quite a bit alright over there though. Sam Cressel is back with well it's kind of an update. It's something like that though, but I don't know though, but I think it's more of a new topic video about trying to give out a bit of new information that I normally hear every now and then on several sites on the internet. I usually see though, and it usually gets about to like a worldwide concern or something like that though. So I'm alright at the moment. My cold is getting a bit better at the moment. That's good because I was almost getting a bit worried that I had a bit of that I caught the COVID myself though. Yeah. So the whole topic for this video is mainly that well, you see, the thing is, the film industry has come a long way though, as far as we know. The film industry has come quite a long way, producing all sorts of these films in the past, so that dates all the way back to the 1940s, 50s and 60s and so on. They put so much pressure and effort into making these films, and so far over the course of the years and centuries, all their efforts managed to pay off, and they make some of the greatest films in history. That said, when they time these things due to a production process though, some slight changes are being made so far throughout the years with these films though. When they might release these films, and what is the marketing for it though before its release. So far like that though. So technically this video is about wondering why despite so many film releases that we used to get in the past, and when they were set to be released, this topic is more about why certain films are getting release date changes. So the thing is, we had several of these in the past going on though, really though. I'm not really sure how many other films this century or this decade we've seen films get release date changes, but so far as we all know, there are some that are technically getting us so far this far as well though, this decade, and most importantly this year. So technically there is a bit of a concern as to why many films get release date changes, as to that particular reason, whether they're still trying to shuffle these films back because sometimes because they had to jump ahead, considering there's another film in the works and that might get released in its place. Or it's mainly because apparently they have to do reshoots that causes the film to shuffle a year after, ahead of itself. And technically I'm not exactly feeling like naming the films that have these certain issues, but I might give you several hints, at least though. It's like, for instance though, the Sonic the Hedgehog film was scheduled to be released this year, but when the trailers dropped, many fans were freaking out over the design of Sonic the Hedgehog, because apparently he looks more modernized and he had human teeth. And so the studio execs of Paramount actually received some criticism from the fans And so they decided to push back the release date of Sonic the Hedgehog to February this year, February the 14th, which also managed to kick out the Kingsman to September the 16th, which is now scheduled to be released next year in 2021. And so they changed the release date of Sonic the Hedgehog so they can redesign Sonic. And the end result? Well, we actually managed to get a better version of Sonic than none of us actually could imagine that we could simply get, though. So yeah, the way Sonic looks now looks much better. It looks quite a bit better now. Because imagine the millions of dollars that Paramount Pictures could have lost on the original change they had before, though. Because many studio execs really like to change the game a little bit, though. A little bit literally with these video game adaptations, though. Because, for what it's worth, they seem to think that video games are a bit too childish, and when they try to adapt them to film, they try to improve on something a bit more. But as far as we all know, it's not really a good idea, though, and those people who are familiar with those games are already starting to speculate those films will turn out to be trash if they actually came up with those changes, though. And even so far and so forth, the whole point of when they try to push back release dates for these certain films, it's sometimes in some way a little bit of a bad sign that a film will probably go bad, though. Yeah, the whole thing about a film's release date being pushed back might be a warning sign of a film turning bad, though, despite how many delays it gets so far, though. And No Time to Die and Wonder Woman 1984 have already had 3 delays so far, though. No Time to Die was scheduled to release last year, and now it's just been pushed back to April this year, and now it's been pushed back again to November, and now next year in 2021. But director Patty Jenkins of Wonder Woman 1984, who is quite worried that the coronavirus might affect filmmaking probably forever, says that Wonder Woman 1984 will stick to its original release date in December for now, though. Even The Kingsman has had several release date changes, though, as it was meant to also come out last year, but then was switched to February this year. But then was also supposed to come out in September. Yeah, I've already told you this. And is already coming out next year as well, though. So despite everything else, a lot of films are getting a lot of release dates being shuffled back this year and so far, and so that's why technically that's what we feel like it's a big deal, though, so far, though. The Batman's getting it. No Time to Die, I think I've told you this as well. What else? The Avatar films, yeah. So far, Avatar 2 was supposed to come out this year as well, though. And of course next year, since they've already been shuffled back, though. I believe James Cameron, who directed the first film, says that he's completed all of these films so far by last month, as he says he's filmed all of the other 4 films back to back, and so I believe he's finished like all of them at once, though. But it seems like a bit of a strange start, though. But even when you think back to the time when Peter Jackson filmed all three Lord of the Ring films back to back, it's not really too much of a bad start though, considering there's all three films though. But when you're doing all five films at once though, do you think that's that much of a handful to consider though? Well, he has been a busy man though, James Cameron, and of course he's one of the most hard-working directors in the business, so unless the second film comes out and we get to see it, we could see how much his work may have actually paid off. Yeah, I'm trying to think about what other films have had release date changes so far though, because I really don't know at the moment though. Because all I could think about is this year though. But like I said, a release date is currently what actually affects a film in general though. Even so, even if it either gets delayed or starts doing reshoots, can you actually see the benefits of that particular film actually turning bad if it did though? Because some of us would actually feel a little bit peeved if it actually did continue for the next couple of years if it did so though. No matter how eager we are to actually see those films if it did though. So yeah. It pretty much depends really though. But even no matter what the release dates are though, if they continue to do so, apparently there is always quite a bit of a sign those films would actually still come out though, even if the release dates continue to happen though. But now come the coronavirus, it's pretty much happening a lot now anyway. So technically we're not actually sure what actually could come of value at this point anyway though. But sometimes that's just Hollywood for you. That's just Hollywood. But normally I blame the studios for how much it usually keeps happening though, because technically, well, I'm actually going to make another video after this shortly though about studio interferences ruining a film that everyone wants to see, but they're all getting a bit botched. All these films getting botched because of studio interferences. Another video I might actually do tonight. Before I go on to finish my upload my Halloween video, which I uploaded today, but I had to delete it because I felt it was a little bit early to do it at this point now. So yeah. What do you guys actually think at the moment though? Yeah, I just normally think of it as I just normally take it as a bit of a big deal that some films are getting release date changes though, and whenever I look up on sites like IMDb, it's normally how I feel about it, you know though. So yeah, just how much the time goes without some of it though. Okay, I think that's probably all I have to wrap up this moment now. I normally want to add on a little bit to say at the moment, because I normally end these videos a little bit too late in case I got more to add though. So apparently so yeah, I am actually sure that's everything that I've actually said for this topic at the moment now. So I'll come up with my other video and I'll explain to you everything I know and should tell you, and how I feel about it, because I'm used to a lot of things and I don't actually like it. So yeah, that's it. Ta-da. See you all very soon. I'll be back very shortly tonight, and I'll be back with more videos to come. Start with tonight. Ta-da.